What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City preview. Today we're going to be previewing City's massive game away at Luton Town. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts as well in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Finally, this preview, like all my previews for the season, is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate. They're running a special Premier League Sunday 2 p.m. pot worth £300, paying up to the top 25 places. £190 for the winner. It's £3 to join. You can get £10 worth of free bets if you use code JSGC10 on sign up. Links and details there in the description. This pot made up of Luton v Manchester City, Everton v Chelsea and Fulham v West Ham. You can select up to 2 players from each team. The app is a free app to download. The links and details are in the description. It is available to anybody who is 18 years old or over, and it is available in the UK only. There are lots of other available pots that you can go and check out on BetMate too, with lots of big prizes, including full-time results and both teams to score. It is a great app, so do go and check it out. That would be much appreciated. We will speak more about BetMate later in the video. Finally, if you are going to gamble, please remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So moving on to the match information, to Kenilworth Road. Manchester City in Premier League match day number 16, taking on Luton Town on Sunday 10th of December 2023 with a 2 p.m. GMT kickoff time. Anybody that was lucky enough to get hold of the small allocation of a ticket here at Kenilworth Road, do enjoy yourselves. The game, alternatively, if you wanted to watch in the UK, is live on Sky Sports. I will be running a live watch along for you guys to enjoy as well on my channel. Link that will be out later on today. So our opponents, Luton Town, formed in 1885. Some interesting facts about them. We've gone from an away day for Manchester City at Villa Park, which is one of my favourite away grounds to go and visit, to Kenilworth Road, which is probably one of the worst places for me that I've gone to go and visit on a personal level. Now, Kenilworth Road, don't get me wrong, it's very interesting. It's located on terracing housing. You enter through the away end, which I think are old houses. The toilet located downstairs looks like it used to be somebody's bathroom. You go up through the stairs, you go through people's back gardens and into the stand itself. It's unique, it's interesting, I love it. Just where I got in there with the ground and everything, it's old-fashioned, it's... some people like it, some people don't. It's not everybody's cup of tea. For me, Luton itself and the ground, for me, not my favourite, but that is subjective. It's only my opinion. Please don't, Luton fans, feel like I'm being negative towards Luton. I found it a very interesting, unique ground to go and visit. Just not one of my favourites, whereas Villa Park is one of my favourites. There we go. So, they have played Luton Town at Kenilworth Road since 1905. The ground does still feel, I said it's old-fashioned, it feels like it's still in 1905 from my visit. They have modernised certain parts of the ground in the summer to bring it up to Premier League standard, and also try and sort out some potential ticket issues, because demand at Luton Town is certainly on the up. They are nicknamed the Hatters. They have rivalry with Milton Keynes Dons and Watford. They've never won a top division before, but they have won a second division title, which is now the Championship. They've won one major trophy in their history, which was the League Cup back in 1988, where they beat Arsenal 3-2, which coincidentally, their game in midweek was 3-2 against Arsenal before Arsenal came back and managed to overturn that and win the game. They lost the year after in the League Cup final to Nottingham Forest 3-1 as well. And Luton do have a bit of history against Manchester City, where Luton famously beat Manchester City in 1983 on the last day of the season at Main Road 1-0 to pull off staying in the top division. And they also sent Manchester City down. It was a goal from Rodri Antic that day. I do love this little quirky fact about Luton as well. Joe Payne played for Luton Town in 1936. He famously scored 10 goals in a game for the Bristol Rovers that they won 12-1. And then 10 goals is the most scored by in one game by one player in the Football League history. And there is a lounge at Luton Town now named after Joe Payne as well. Love that. And as I said, they're an interesting club. So they're led by manager Rob Edwards, who's doing an outstanding job. They do currently find themselves 18th place. People were talking about them breaking Derby County's record low points in the Premier League. It's not going to happen. They're 1 point behind Everton in 17th. They're an incredibly difficult team to break down. They're a difficult team to beat, and they do raise their game. The ground's nice and compact. The fans are well involved at the club as well. Even though they're sitting in the relegation zone, they're performing well above expectation. Fans are loving it. Players are loving it as well. This won't be an easy game for Manchester City at all. Luton Town will be well up for this. This is a proper banana skin. Now, looking at the form for Luton, they've lost 3 of the last 4 games. They've won 1 in the last 9. But they're still not an easy team to play. They're difficult to beat. They grind games really well. They work hard as a team. They're going to take a lot of confidence away from Tuesday night, even though they're desperately unlucky not to come away with something against Arsenal, losing 4-3 with an overtime stoppage time winner from Declan Rice on Tuesday evening. So they've got an extra day's rest on Manchester City. They've beaten Crystal Palace at home. They've drawn against Liverpool at home. They nearly took points off Arsenal as well. Not going to be easy for City at all. A proper banana skin. They're going to be well up for trying to take some points off the Premier League champions, you mark my words. Now, looking at some danger men, Ross Barkley, he was outstanding against Arsenal. Manchester City midfield against Villa was very poor, so I think Ross Barkley will really be rubbing his hands at that and trying to run at the Manchester City midfield and try and cause problems. And if they can press really well, get 2 or 3 players further forward than what they normally would, they could have a lot of success. Andros Townsend, he loves a goal against Manchester City. He loves scoring worldies against Manchester City as well. His space is going to need restricting. Adebayo is a decent striker as well. Luton, very dangerous on the set play as well. City do need to be careful of that. So lots of dangers there for City to look out for. So we're cutting out conceding stupid corners, stupid free kicks in stupid areas, and also putting the balls out for throw-ins, because this is Luton. They're a physical team, not going to be easy at all. Now, in terms of injury news for Luton, Lockyer at the back, he's out injured. Potts, Lukongo, Burke, Woodrow, Nakamba, they're all out injured for Luton. So my expected team for them, they play a 3-4-2-1 formation. And also with Manchester City's Issa Kabore, who's currently out on loan at Luton Town. He's going to be ineligible for this game. So I'm expecting to see Doherty starting at right wing back for them rather than at left wing back and Giles going in instead. So I reckon it'll be Kaminski in goal. Then centre back made up of Menji, Osho and Bell. I like Osho. I think he's a decent player. I think he grabbed a goal against Arsenal as well. I'm expecting to see Doherty going on the right wing back position, Giles on the left wing back position, and Panzo, Barkley in central midfield, Townsend on the right, Brown on the left, and Adebayo starting as their striker. For Manchester City, we formed in 1894 as Manchester City, formed all the way back in 1880 under the name St. Mark's. Some interesting facts about Manchester City: we are the treble winners, we're the current Premier League champions, we've got 9 top division titles, we're the 7-time FA Cup winners, we're the 8-time League Cup winners, 1-time European Cup winners, 1-time European Super Cup winners, and 1-time Champions League champions, led by Pep Guardiola. We currently find ourselves 4th in the Premier League. Aston Villa's win against us on Wednesday night moved them ahead of us into 3rd place. Liverpool currently sit in 2nd place. Arsenal 6 points clear of City at the moment in 1st place. Arsenal, they're going to be playing before City, got an away match very difficult against Aston Villa. Liverpool, they've got a match as well. They're going to be playing before us too. So yes, it's not going to be easy for Manchester City. We're going to be playing catch up to everybody. So we'll see. At Man City, I think it's so important that we just focus on ourselves. We know the poor form. We drew away against Chelsea 4-4. We drew at home against Liverpool 1-1. We drew at home to Tottenham 3-3. I thought we should have won all 3 of them games and took 9 points, not 3 points, and we wouldn't find ourselves in this position that we're in. We played a god-awful game against Aston Villa midweek where we only had 2 shots, both of them coming in the 11th minute for Manchester City. We had a makeshift defence. The only way is up for Manchester City. We need to go out there, make the changes that are needed, make sure we've got the intent that we're looking for, attacking from the off and doing everything we can to try and win this game. Effort will go a long way. If we match Luton Town's desire and effort in this game, we will win this game because we'll make it about quality and we have the quality ahead of Luton. If we don't and we end up like prima donnas and sulking and not working hard as a team, trust me, this game becomes more and more difficult. So at the moment for Manchester City, it's so important we pick up them 3 points. We don't want to be worrying about what Tottenham are doing, what Newcastle are doing, what Manchester United are doing, who are only 3 points behind City somehow right now in the Premier League. We don't want to be worrying about the top 4. We want to be focusing on the top of the Premier League. Win this game, win next weekend against Crystal Palace gets us back where we want to be heading into the Club World Cup. Come back from there, try and have a good end to December. Now, City, they have dangers all over the pitch for Luton to look out for. We do have John Stones back from injury, Kovacic back from injury, Rodri back from suspension, Jack Grealish back from suspension as well. Question marks over Jeremy Doku, not sure about when we're going to see him. Hopefully we'll be back for this game. Pep Guardiola hasn't mentioned it in his press conference, so I don't know when he is going to be back. Kevin De Bruyne, he is out, he's running, which is fantastic news, but he's expected to be out until at least the Club World Cup. I don't think we'll see him at the Club World Cup either. I don't think we'll see Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City until January, if I'm being completely honest. So, with all that being said and done, going to move on to my team prediction. I want some changes for Manchester City. I'm going with Ederson in goal. Kyle Walker looks like he needs a break, and I just feel like the system that we've got isn't really suiting Kyle Walker right now. We did really well towards April, May time when we had Akanji on the right-hand side and Ake on the left-hand side. I'd like to see that return with Ruben Dias through the middle, and he's got the protection of Rodri and John Stones in front of him, going full strength there. That to me is the defence I'd like to see. It means Kyle Walker and Josko Gvardiol miss out, but start them against Red Star. Say, put out an impressive performance, you might be in contention to start against Crystal Palace. Further ahead in midfield, I've gone with Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. That's if Jeremy Doku is fit. I'd like to see here a combination. I'd like to see Doku on the right-hand side, Grealish on the left-hand side, and get Bernardo and Foden into midfield for Manchester City. Not got Kevin De Bruyne. Doesn't look like he trusts Matheus Nunes and Mateo Kovacic with them not starting against Aston Villa and starting with no central midfielders. I don't see how Rico Lewis comes into this team for this match either. So that for me is what I would go for. If Doku isn't fit, I put Foden on the right wing and go with one of Nunes or Kovacic into central midfield. Kalvin Phillips looks like he's on the way out, so we don't have to speak about that. Pep Guardiola did say in the press conference, he's apologised to him. He can't find space with his expectation formation when he's thinking about the players and who's going to start and what suits. He just can't find space for Kalvin Phillips. So I reckon we'll see him against Red Star, and then he'll leave in January. So it does mean we have options, as I put Erling Haaland up front, of Alvarez, Walker, Bobb, Nunes, Phillips, Lewis, Gomez as well. These are all options from the bench for Manchester City. We need the result, so I'm going for Manchester City to win this game by 2-0 and a first half brace for Erling Haaland to seal the deal. I want a nice solid performance, a clean sheet and some goals for Manchester City, and I'll be very happy with that. Now, in terms of my betting tips, I'm going for both teams to score, Erling Haaland anytime and 40 plus booking points. So they're my betting tips for this game. Moving on to today's video sponsor, BetMate, running a £300 pot, £3 entry fee. Links and details there in the description. Remember, use code JSGC10 on sign up for £10 in free bets, and you can use them free bets to join this pot for free. You can select 2 players from each team for this pot. The code is FF-Prem-2PMS-1012. My team then, I'm going for Robert Sanchez of Chelsea in goal. I've got Anthony Robinson and Gabriel Osho as my defenders of Fulham and Luton respectively. I've got Enzo Fernandez and James Ward-Prowse as my 2 midfielders from Chelsea and West Ham respectively, and I've got Erling Haaland, my captain, and Jeremy Doku, my vice-captain of Manchester City, which depending on fitness I will rotate. On the bench I've got Jordan Pickford of Everton, Tim Ream of Fulham, Lucas Paqueta of West Ham, and Adebayo of Luton Town on the bench as well. I will have my link out for my live watch along. The link out for that will be out later on today. If you want to go and set your reminders, I will be live at 1:30 p.m. GMT on Sunday. Next up for Manchester City is Premier League action, as we're going early with the kickoff 5:45 p.m. GMT against Red Star in Serbia. Luton, they're going to be taking on AFC Bournemouth in a massive clash on Saturday 16th of December with a 3 p.m. GMT kickoff time for that big game towards the bottom of the table. So there we go, that has been today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Also, thank you to BetMate for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they're in the description. And I will see you all for the live watch along of this game on Sunday. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.